our team is very well coached. They look like they spend a lot of time on a training pitch. You know what I mean? It's like a club team almost, where you go, everyone knows their job. We saw many times when someone like Xhaka goes down a cul-de-sac, it looks like, and all of a sudden another red shirt appears and he offers himself.
I saw a lot of Leverkusen this season. They reminded me a little bit about the way they played. You know, without superstars, particularly in their side, but they know what they're doing. They're so disciplined and organised. Everybody buys into it.
Everyone knows their job, and you could tell that how well organised and how well drilled they were. And when they wanted to press, they all went, and they were fit enough to do that. They had enough energy. But it's not only doing that. When you're on the ball, you've got to have quality on the ball, and they certainly had that. And Xhaka ran and bossed the midfield.
He did, and they bossed both halves, really. Freuler got the goal, didn't in the first half.
Yeah, which
great move, great football.
As well, you have to say how brave they are, Alan.
No, they were superb. Look, this is what they do. They pass it around. They're trying to draw the Italians in to hit them like that. Great centre-forward play, holding the ball up when your team needs it, but then also affecting the game, taking two defenders away, which then allows that space for Freuler to run into, and you're looking for the finish, and he finished it up superbly well.
That first ball, though, changes the pace of the game. Just slow, and that ball from Akanji into the front player, which he brings in well, because it is a difficult ball to bring in because of the pace on it. But when you up the pace like that and you get numbers in the box like this and cause problems and you move the other shirts around, you're going to get opportunities on goal, and then it's about composure. Who's coldest in these situations to slot it away? And it was a wonderful finish in the end.
Totally agree, but if you look at...
Slight deflection, wasn't it?
It was a slight, deflection. But if you look at there, and we was talking about it before, the fact that if the Switzerland team was out of position, you had someone filling in. Yeah. It's almost like the Italians today, they was doing their own jobs, and there was no cohesion between them. No one knew when to step up, when to drop, when to pass the ball. It was all just a bit...
I wasn't a big supporter in terms of them in the group stage. I looked at them and straight away you could tell they were weak up front, and they had to try and keep things tight and nick a game, because... as I said, they just offered nothing. Yeah. I didn't believe that they were a good team, having watched them 3 times in the group stage.
The way that Italy started in that second half, you've had a rollicking at half time. You've had a rollicking.
Absolutely.
You basically want to get men forward. That's fine. But you've got Fagioli in the middle there trying to play a pass where there's so many Swiss players there. What can they do with that? I know they're trying to get up the field. If you lose the ball there, look at the amount of numbers now in the middle of the pitch. And I'm thinking to myself, like, Italy are known for being organised. Now you've got 6 players on the counter-attack, and then the next bit just sums it up. The ball goes wide, okay, you've got some sort of shape back, but look at Di Lorenzo here. No urgency. Okay, that's okay, the ball's been recycled. And then Cristante, what are you doing? You've got to go and engage the ball. You know, Italian teams are better than this, and I just think they just didn't organise around the back.
I think also you've got to give credit to Switzerland there, because the way they moved the ball, you've got to capitalise on mistakes. It was a poor restart, but the way they got themselves up the pitch, remained composed, even when Italy got back into shape, found the spare man, and then it's about execution.
Yeah, 27 seconds into the second half, that goal, which was the second fastest in the second half ever in the Euros, and what a finish it was as well.
A pathetic attempt from Italy, in terms of the lack of closing down, the lack of desire to go and get near your opponent. Having said all that, what a wonderful finish and a great goal from Switzerland.
Certainly was. They were excellent throughout, weren't they? And probably the most impressive player was definitely Granit Xhaka, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was really impressive. I think the fact of when he was at Arsenal and the role he was sort of playing, sometimes playing a bit deeper. In his last season, it was a bit more offence. But Rio, you was utilising about him, wasn't you?
Yeah, do you know what I like about him? At Arsenal, he showed glimpses of this, right? But there's a maturity now that separates his performances and consistency for Arsenal to what we've seen with Bayer Leverkusen and now with the Swiss team. He finds a red shirt. I think he's in the mid-90s in terms of keeping possession. 21 times he broke the lines with passes today. So people can look at him sometimes and go, oh, it might be safe. Only Tony Cruz done more in his tournament so far. The man in a red shirt, and it's normally the pass that if you're a coach on the sidelines looking at the game, you go, that's the one you want him to make. He makes the right decisions 99% of the time.
And everything was so simple. He just kept the ball moving. They couldn't get near him every time they come for him. He passed it on, and they were just too late and too slow.
Yeah.
There was a dominance in his performance. Look at that there. He's covered a lot of parts of the ground. He's a leader in this team. He's actually doing his coaching badges right now as a player as well. So he's an intelligent footballer who's thinking about the game, and you can see that in every department of his game at the moment.
I wonder how much influence he has on things because of what happened at Leverkusen. He was an absolute integral part to that, and whether he's taken a little bit of that thinking with the coach of the Swiss, who knows?
I can imagine that will be the case because how successful Bayer Leverkusen have been this season. I'm sure the manager will be tapping into that and asking questions.
Italy did hit the post twice, albeit one of them they can't really claim too much.
It's Fabian Schär, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was your man, Alan.
It was Fabian Schär, yeah. Just a bit of lack of communication. I mean, he could have left that and probably should have left it. And the keeper was absolutely rooted, wasn't he? He was waiting, thinking, no, don't go inside the post. They got away with one.
It's a bad feeling that when you know the ball is it going in and the sound effects you're making while this ball's in the air like that. Lucky.
This was Scamacca, wasn't it? Yeah. I think I looked offside to me.
Yeah, I think.
We need more from Scamacca though. We need more from him, don't we? I mean, in a game
well, you're not
like
going to get any more now.
It was such a disappointing performance. You know, the form he's shown this season has been okay. We saw him in the Premier League at West Ham, and he had a little argument with the manager before about his work rate, and today he was just non-existent.
Yeah,
he really was.
We've got some examples of some of the poor aspects of the Italian game, and there were many.
Well, I talked about before the game about the high turnovers against, and the carried on the theme throughout the game, and they're trying to play in areas where it's not possible to play. They're trying to be brave. We commend them for doing that, but you've got to do it at the right times. They're playing down blind Annies, and I mentioned before the game Swiss's press. They got it to a T. They knew exactly what it is to do, and yeah, it was just disappointing, really.
Yeah, it's just the fallout from this. I'd love to see what the media's like in Italy with this, because they've been shambolic almost, and I think the way that they've played, they've not given themselves a chance to get any positivity out in terms of reaction. But as a play, we all played the game. You look at it, it's like they've got not one answer or solution for any scenario that has come up in this game today. And the questions are going to be asked definitely of Spalletti, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, we know what the Italian press are like. They're like the Spanish press, they're like the German press, they're like the English press. That they
like you.
They expect.
This is a crisis. Having played in Italy and the quality they've had in previous years, now to see this team doing what they're doing. Okay, they've got some good players. Donnarumma, you would take. Bastoni, you would take. Calafiori, you would take. Barella, on a good day, you would take. But that's all Italy have got to offer.
From 3 years ago to this, I mean, it's incredible.
Having
isn't
said that, they've failed to qualify in a couple of World Cups as well.
Yeah.